by tradition.
Hold
And that
tight.
is hold tight the 3-point collectors.
Next thing, Tottenham are whipping boys for Liverpool. You lot ain't beat us in how long? So look at your face. So when I
I'm about to run.
they forget about when the council is gonna take the free.
Oh, for real? When there was a little car park out front. Let's talk about sex, baby.
Let's hold
Liverpool. And as much as we can talk about Mane is a good player, Salah's a good player, they're just not the X factor, bro. Don't forget about it.
Listen, we're back. Welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV. Live in the flesh, live and direct in effect. You already know what time it is. Myself, Myra Quadri, Culture Cams, Fuad Kadani. You already know what time it is. What we say, man? Them.
Oh, good, bro. Another week.
Everyone
We there.
bless,
May's
everyone
back.
happy?
May's back. May's back. Welcome back, Brody.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
I was actually supposed to bring you, man, something still for holding it down because I can't lie. Very, very. Those are some of the best pods of the year. I can't even lie to you. Good rhythm.
We
into
do what we can.
into the busy season that we're going into. You know.
What you saying? What was your absence for?
Parental leave, man.
You wanna tell the people your
Parental
absence?
leave. Parental leave. I was handling business. You know.
Hey,
Family growing and that.
we adding to the clan, baby.
You know how
We
it goes,
multiplying.
Congratulations.
See you later.
Congratulations, bro.
So just took some time out to be with the family, but back. If you didn't capitalize while I was gone, you're a big trouble now.
But-
Now you push forward. You know that people were sleeping. They thought,
People thought the band is broken up,
real
fam.
talk.
We here forever.
They said you should-
You
Where's me?
It's not even just the comments. It's like you should have capitalized. If you didn't produce any content or think about it, you're in trouble because we're about to hit our stride and we'll review some
End
few
of the
things coming. There's a few things coming in production, right? Maybe not. We won't mention today, but very shortly we'll mention a few things.
Dropping this week.
This week, yeah? All right, cool. Flower will be dropping this week, so make sure you're tuned. But without further ado, hold tight the 3-point collectors in the building. If you collected 3 points. No one collected,
No one collected 3 points.
Hey, there's people watching who collect
Yeah,
3 points,
yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Come on, man.
Hold tight the participants.
Yeah, we got a laugh at them still.
I said dashboard, you know. Hold tight the sponsor as well. Manscaped. Production, you reckon we can do a Manscaped giveaway at the end of the season?
Yeah, we'll give away that.
We'll give away this one, so we'll review what we'll
Why you got your eyes on it like you want it?
I was thinking, what is it that you got in there?
You know this one's jammed up.
I'm
Put the 4.0
That's
in
the
there,
4.0.
fam. Alright, we'll give me the 4.0.
What, you get the weed right?
You get the
weed
yeah,
right?
and
All
the
season,
tone,
you
you
know?
get the toner, fam. Yeah, I definitely need this 4.0, man. I
say
ain't even
what,
got the
summer's
4.0
coming.
myself. Yeah,
Someone's
come on,
coming.
man.
I said we're coming. But
It's gonna be the last time.
there's a lot to get into with a little amount of time. But probably the best place to start will be Liverpool Spurs. A few weeks ago, when Spurs caught their stride, we had that conversation, and you were saying this won't be the last time, and we said that you could possibly decide where the title goes.
Yeah. Funny.
That game happened. Interesting game, interesting press conference afterwards. Two teams that needed the win. One team probably more happy with the result than the other. As a Spurs fan, talk to me about how you feel coming out of that game.
You see what you said there as well, where I said we could play a potential
Yeah.
part, brother. Coming into this game, all of that went out the window.
Yeah.
I said, yo, Anfield, I seen they conceded 2 goals all season. Ain't lost all.
At Anfield.
I think so. There was a stat that come up in the corner of Sky Sports. I don't know whether it's 2022 or whether it's for the whole season, but I was like, bro.
No, it couldn't be because City scored
It
2
must be
at
for
Anfield.
2022 then.
Yeah.
Either way, I thought scary season.
Yeah.
After what they done in the Champions League as well, I was like, yo, they got momentum. But listen, Conte, he came prepared. I can't lie to you. And I thought he coached that for me to a T. I'm walking away with that as a 1-1. People will say, it's a draw. Why you said right, brother? This is at Anfield. I cannot complain. And Liverpool, I can't lie to you, I felt like they didn't even get out of second gear, in my opinion. You had Mumbai Salah doing what he's been doing all season. You had Mar 9 locked up by Eric Dyer.
Bro, I'll be saying this. I missed it. Damn.
Eric Dyer had Man 9 chained up. Listen, and the new exciting boy, Luis Diaz, brother. I gotta hail up my number 12. Listen, forget the phone. Number 12.
Who's number 12?
Emerson Chicken Royale.
Oh,
We've
damn.
been laughing at him all
He had
season.
a fantastic
And
game.
he locked up Diaz.
Has he dropped
I'm
the comp
sorry,
yet?
aside from the little...
Yeah, no. So,
I'm looking for the comp.
Someone made a comp
This
for
is-
him. He went
Bro,
his own
no,
comp.
he
retweeted
deserved the
that.
comp
Yeah,
this
so
week.
many-
I said,
yeah.
What
yo,
music did he play? Lil Baby in a minute.
Bruv.
That's the one that's popping right now. You know how that.
But either way, I thought the defense was like the standard for us. They set the tone for this kind of performance, in all honesty. The midfield, I felt they didn't really get on the ball. The front line, I said we're going to hang our hat on them this season. Kane wasn't really involved. I felt like Son was quiet as well. Kulusevski, first half, he got involved. But for me, defensively, we deserved, in my opinion, I thought we even created some of the better chances with Højbjerg hitting the post. I thought late in the second half as well, we had a few chances. But
There was even one chance.
the
There was one chance where the ball rolled out to Bentancur, I think.
Yeah.
Could have finished that.
Bruv. And then for me, the best chance Liverpool had for me was the Virgil van Dijk hitting the post. I don't think they really created anything clear cut. So for me, the
Was that from a
deflection,
header?
I was like, bro. Yeah. And I thought, even when the goal went in though, when they equalised, I was like, bruv, the onslaught is gonna come, man. It just didn't come. They brought on Jota, they brought on Keita, it didn't come. And I thought, yo, did the occasion get to Liverpool maybe where it's like pressure? You have to keep delivering every week at that standard.
Yeah.
And I was like, even the Liverpool fans before the game were saying like, yo, this is a tricky fixture. And I was like, well, I'm thinking you lot are gonna.
It was the one
hammer
that
us, and
everyone.
they're looking
It's
at
been a
us
long
like,
season. It's been a long
so
season.
That's the way it turned out anyway. So I'm walking away with that now. North London derby coming up. Listen, if that's what we could do again,
You have to win that one now, though.
Must
Win. You can't draw
at home.
You can't. You have
Must.
to win. That's crazy.
We coming.
I think that Liverpool
This
result,
won't be the last time, player. We coming. I ain't even joking.
that Liverpool
Brother,
result,
this
it
is
tees
the
you
one.
up well, though. It tees you up well, and I think that when you look at sort of that Liverpool Spurs game, it just summarizes how long this season has been, because Liverpool, for all of the attacking talent and everything that we say is sick, for large amounts of the season, we've always said that they just kind of managed to get to the result. They've not been overly convincing. And then when you come up against a team that's
I say
very
they've been
good-
convincing, but
No, as in like, you know, when
sometimes
like,
they grind
you know, like
it
a
out.
City,
They
City
grind.
will blow away a team like Newcastle 5-0. Liverpool there'll be an onslaught, but it's like, okay, then we'll get the goal. There was a fixture, I think it was around December, where it was like, oh, they're still in this, but it wasn't like every single game was a convincing, we smack teams out of the wall, if you get where I'm coming from. So when you come against a very drilled team like this, it's no surprise that you see Klopp making the comments he's making. Same thing with the
Klopp planer.
Klopp player. Same thing with Villarreal. Even though they only had the team to do it for one half, but they frustrated for one half. They got the 2 goals. If that happens for a full game, we've seen it a few times where if you manage to frustrate them for long enough, you can see signs of you being able to do so. Where they've got better is that they've got more firepower this year to overcome that, like Luis Diaz and everything. So the result 1-1, you know, it sets up the Premier League to end in. I thought this was not going to be an exciting
I
ending.
thought we were lucky not to walk away with 3 points. Big man thing. And it's mad like thinking of that at Anfield, but I actually felt like we deserved the 3 points, man. And this against Liverpool, I've always said the rubber, the green don't seem to go away. Maybe like, I think at Anfield last time we won was 2011, something like that.
Damn.
Crazy. And before that, it was like
Was that Thomas Cook
90s,
days?
I think it was, or something.
Thomas Cook days. Was it Stephen Carr and them, man?
You know, the Kappa days. No.
that was time.
Nah, I think it was the 12-13 season, but
Martin, you're on them, man. You know?
nah, you're going way
That's
back.
way back.
One day Ramos in them.
No, but our record's always been awful against Liverpool. We've almost been their puncher bag, where City, we've almost been their bogey team. But Liverpool, listen, you got away with it. That's all I'm saying.
I hear it.
And I never thought I'd say that at Anfield.
What are we saying for Klopp, though?
Bruv, he can complain all he wants, bruv. Yeah, this is not my style. Oh, what, brother? Listen, it's how the game is played. He's saying, Atletico's winning. Atletico won a title with it last year. What are you talking about? For me, it's people have different methods to winning games. And what does he expect us to go to Anfield and go toe-to-toe with him? It makes no sense, bruv. We would have got bopped out of the park. We had to play a certain way. When you look at the bench they had as well, they've got options. Did you see our bench? Brother, we got barely the 11 that we got are good enough out there. We had to play the way we played, and I'm happy with that. I can't even complain.
Nah,
you know I'm not an aesthetics don, brother. Give me the result. I'll take it.
No, I agree with that. I don't get it, man, because at the end of the day, that's the beauty of football, innit? Different styles, different ideas
Styles
coming
and fights.
together and you see who gets the best of it. You're out there at the end of the day to compete. You're not there to let's see who's a better mastermind here in terms of the way, like who can do it prettier. Yes, most people will side towards pretty football and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's the beauty of football that two people can have different ideas and see how it matches up. So when he said that, people are saying, all right, cool, he got asked a question. I listened to the question. They said, how impressed were you with Tottenham's setup? That's fine. If you want to say, that's not the way I like to play, but fair enough. But it's the way he went in detail about it. The way he started saying they got world-class players. Like, with that, I think they can do more for the game. Who the hell are you to say that Spurs can do more for the game? What does that mean? What does that mean? So
even Pep sometimes does, where he expects teams to play.
Come and play.
It's like, come play me, come play. And it's like, no, what? Play to your advantage.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
It don't make sense. So I think that was just Klopp has a history of when things don't go his way, he's a moaner. He complains. And look, end of the day, winners do that. You know what I mean? Jose's done it. Fergie's done it. All these guys have done it. But I just don't like how, yes, I'm somebody that likes to see pretty football, but I don't like how that type of football is vilified. God forbid, I said, God forbid Prime Jose was in this era. They'll treat him like he's Big Sam. You know what I mean? They'll hate, like he was, yeah, man. This is how we got Prime Jose's and all these type of managers. Not everyone is like that. You just see how Ancelotti and these lot play. Not everyone is exactly like Pep and Klopp. So, yeah, I mean, really and truly, Pep can come to Klopp and say, I don't like your football. Then what? Because Pep's football, for me, is better than Klopp's football.
It's different.
I'd rather watch Pep's football than Klopp's football. So it doesn't make sense. You shouldn't be. I don't think he should be coming out and saying comments like that.
I think a lot of it is stemming from the pressure that he's facing. And I sat down the other day and everyone's talking about what are they calling it? The Immortals. Quadruple, quad. Everyday quad, like when Zanti on some quad, quad hype, bro. It's too much everyday quad. But when you break it down,
we only acknowledge Mayo Quadri, bro.
Oh yeah,
acknowledge Mayo Quadri. It's the only quad we acknowledge. Quad hype.
And I thought to myself, it's like they're not even in the staring position in the league. City it's still advantage City. So all of this quad, it's advantage City in the league. The final's a final. You have two finals.
Do you know what it is?
So that's what made me laugh there. Sorry, there was one picture that Trent dropped, and and the caption was "Job's not finished." I was like, "Yeah, the job's not finished because you're second. You're not first.
Do you know what
you're
it is?
second.
It's not yours to lose.
You know, like Kobe said it when he was 2 up. Job's not finished. Job's not done. He didn't say it when he was 2 down.
Behind.
You know what I mean? Like, job's not finished. No, you were 2 up. That's why he said it.
Bro, low key, it's the media that's gassed them that way though. Like the way there was one reporter who was talking about how City were chasing it, and then the next minute he's like, nah, Liverpool are chasing it. But the Liverpool one was done like lengthy, bare pictures. It's like, yo, bare anime. I'm like, fam, the media low-key want Liverpool to win it and dethrone City to make it a thing. But I don't know. I think that's made them think, hey, you know what? Well, some way, somehow we're going to get it. But
I think it's a two-way narrative because, you know, last season they fell off, they fell to pieces. Like, you know, they've come back, they've got it back in blood.
Listen, they've done amazing this season to get back in that.
But we have to acknowledge that we can't go too far forward. Before we move off of Spurs, what I wanted to highlight as well is a lot of the players that were seen as fringe players or players that could have been gotten rid of. Or Ben Davis, great performance. Sessegnon. He's come along from where he was. Sessegnon has come along.
Back-to-back games, Mumbai salad. Where are you, bruv? Sessegnon back-to-back games.
Oi, we said, hey, oi. Boy, that guy's been trying to tank on Liverpool this season, you know.
Second half of
the season, people are going to come with stats and that, but that's not the Mo Salah that you guys were talking about in the beginning of the year.
They're talking about assist numbers.
The guy that they were saying is the Ballon d'Or, best player in the world, blah, blah, blah. That guy has not turned up since the AFCON, bro. So in this moment, they have been lucky that they've been saying Diaz has saved our season. Mane, all of a sudden, is now in the Ballon d'Or discussion. Yeah, I mean, he's come through. But the one outlier has been Mo Salah hasn't been performing at the level that they needed. Yeah. And these are a game like this is where, okay, Mane's not performing at Ballon d'Or level. Diaz ain't doing what he's come, the spark. You want to go back to the default. Mo Salah, bail us.
And I'm sorry, on paper, if you see you're playing Ben Davis at left centre back and Sessegnon at left wing back, Are you not thinking Mo Salah should be
Yamming
cooking?
the food, yeah.
He should be eating, bro.
I ain't.
Yamming food.
We're starving out here. We're starving out here.
As they say, elite shot maker.
Hate to do elite shot maker.
That's it. Elite shot maker, bro.
Speed he might be champ of the week, you know.
Elite
But he
shot
put him in top
maker.
5 though. He put him in his top 5 after all that.
He got pressured, man. And then Liverpool fans are, hey, they be crazy, man.
But it's with all of that, I hate to do the whole told you so thing here, but we mentioned it after the AFCON. We said, listen, this could either make him go on a revenge arc or it could crumble him.
What did I say about Mane after the AFCON?
He said he's gonna turn into a
Said
beast.
he's gonna be a
Yeah, he
beast.
switched it on.
Bro.
Gone the other way. Salah's gone the other way. So that's what I said.
Revenge Salah.
Hate to say told you so, but that's how it is. Let's quickly touch on City.
Talk about Pep's.
Yeah,
quotes.
so before we get to Pep's thing, they won
got it here.
5-0. 3 major injuries confirmed to the end of the season. So that's Stones, Diaz, and I'm missing one.
Walker. He spent about 400 million on centre on
Ain't Aki
defenders.
gonna miss next game as well or something like that?
Apparently
He spent
so,
about
so.
400 million on defenders since he's been at City. He'll be all right. They'll be all right. Do you know what I mean?
You should have the depth.
Definitely. That's not the
Yeah.
position that they should be complaining
And
about.
plus, how much they've invested in the academy and won all these youth cups. So
Right.
that's what big clubs do, isn't it?
There we go.
Man. Is them falling out of the Champions League sort of maybe a betterment to them in the league? So they just have to focus on one thing.
Not for me. Not at this stage of the season.
Do you reckon?
Nah, not at this stage of the season now, man. It's crunch time. Like, I get it when it's like quarters and stuff, and you're thinking, wow, there's still so many fixtures to go and stuff. But now it would have been one game, the final. You know what I mean? It would have been final and 3 Premier League games. Top teams don't care, would not be saying, oh, now we get to prioritize. And no, top teams just go and get it
for
done.
everything.
So at this point in the season, there's nothing to hide the disappointment that they'll be going through. City will be absolutely devastated that they're not in Champions League, especially the way they went out. They would
Which
not
we'll
be
get
wanting
into.
to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they-
you guys did
they
amazing on
don't
Dos
wanna be
Locos,
there.
but there's another aspect that we should get into. But go on, bro.
Yeah, I was saying, even Pepper said, like, after the loss, he still hasn't even spoken to his players about it. That's how disappointed.
What are you
you know
supposed
them.
to say after them sort of losses?
That's what I'm saying.
Them
You
man
just
just
gotta-
come
Nobody
into-
talk!
Them man just coming into
Nobody
training.
tired! Nobody talk!
You're tired.
Them man are
This is
coming
that
into
time of
training
the
next day
season.
like.
You know, sitting on the opposite end of the canteen.
Get the bibs. Get the bibs. Let's warm up. Let's warm up. No one's to speak
You know
about
the
it.
old school, you know the old school warm up. Let's 2 laps.
Yeah, everyone's just
Fernandinho leading. No,
a
trust
stretch
me.
on every corner.
Corner flag.
Yeah.
So yeah, hips boys.
Man, but let's go into his quotes. Let me get into his quotes.
Yeah, you got them up there.
Yeah, so
Cool.
he said, everybody in this country supports Liverpool, the media and everyone. Our destiny is in our hands. This is important. Liverpool have an incredible history in European competitions, not in the PL, because they've won 1 in 30 years. In the last 11 to 12 years, Man City are there, winning titles and challenging. I know sometimes we are uncomfortable for the fans, but I don't care. If people want more wins for Liverpool, then it's not an issue. Then, yeah, that's about all that he said.
Have you
So
got the Phil Foden one?
no,
About
I ain't
central
got what he
defence?
said about. Oh yeah. He said, I'm not worried at all because if Phil Foden has to play central defender, he'll play Jeff Streeves. Really, Pep? No. So, but he's been on top form this season in the presser. I can't lie. But with what he's saying though, you know what? I think he's trying to create a new spin now. And I tweeted it just earlier before we came here.
Saw that.
It's
Yo,
exactly
that was
what
elite.
it's exactly what.
That was Curry. That was Curry from deep.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did it from there.
From the logo.
That was
From the
quality
logo.
still. Fair play.
Yeah, so with what he's trying to do, I think, is now he's trying to create this siege mentality now because City are favourites in everything they do. Prem, they're always the bookies' favourites of the Champions League. And now I think he's trying to create, and I said Jose is the head president of this, like creating, it's us against the world now. So now he's gone to the media and said, everyone wants Liverpool to win. So I think he's trying to create this mentality within his squad where we all know they're the favourites, but in their mind, they need to be thinking, no one wants us to be in this position. And that might inspire them next season in the Champions League and stuff if they have that mentality that we are kind of like the underdogs. Because they always worked at Jose's clubs.
But
He was always came that.
That's the problem.
Were Real Madrid really underdogs
No, but
in the Champions League? Maybe in the
in
league.
that Barcelona
Yeah,
era.
what I'm saying
In
is,
the Champions League, though, in them fixtures against Bayern Munich and stuff, Dortmund.
you're right, but
should be
I
getting
think
through those, innit?
with Jose Mourinho, right, the siege mentality comes from a place of it's like, it's the one that no one likes us. That's so Millwall. No one likes us. No one likes us, but it's again like there's other teams that expected. Like I said, City are expected. The standard that City operate at, they're expected to do everything. If you look at
that's why I feel like he's trying to create that to take away from that.
I think that's
but it might
because
not work
of
because
all the failures. Because if you think about it now, up until this point, even though they had fallen short in the Champions League, there was improvement because it was round of 16, quarters, semi, final. Technically, they've gone backwards this year because they didn't make it to the final.
Yeah.
So it's like now it's almost like I have to kind of create something.
You know what it is though?
For these guys to get
because
behind,
the mentality is the biggest thing he has to change at that club. Let's be honest. They've bought everything you can possibly buy. Mentality, you can't buy that. I'm sorry. And they've shown many a times throughout the years that they've bottled it in the Champions League. And I'm sorry, in this tie, you have to say they bottled it, bro. From not only should they have been out of sight in the first leg in the first half. Remember when they were 2 goals up, bruv? How many chances did they have to make it 3, 4, 5? You let them come back in the game when really and truly Madrid shouldn't have been. Second leg, I'm sorry, 89 minutes.
The economy always regulates itself, man.
I'm sorry. Listen, we can say Pep is not blame free in that game as well, but the players have to be held accountable in that part. 89 minutes and you crumble. And then I'm sorry, my guy who I always big up makes a massive error in a big moment like that. You have to look at the players, brother.
But do you think the players carry this narrative that comes with Pep though?
No, but what I think with the players is,
speak on the narrative.
I think the players though they struggle mentally to get past that next hurdle in the Champions League. Like I don't know if City, as you maybe touched midweek on the Big Six, see themselves as them elite clubs, and I think Pep is trying to build that mentality there that you are as long as we're arriving in these semi-finals, deep runs, we're an elite club, but to win it is another thing as well. And I think that's what the mentality, what you're trying to say, you build us against the world.
Yeah.
You build that, I think that's the final step.
Yeah.
Touch on that narrative point, because I want to touch on something you said, but the narrative point, what did you mean?
Because obviously everyone talks about the narrative of Pep is a bottler in the Champions League.
Yeah.
He overthinks it. He did it up. All these times when you're speaking about City in the Champions League, you rarely talk about the players. You rarely talk about the club. You talk about Pep. You say once they lose, Pep's a bottler. Pep hasn't done it without Messi. Pep. So do you think that sometimes the players could carry that kind of pressure into the game as well? Or Pep carries that as well? Because you see in some of his press conferences, he'll be like, we say?
They call him Claudiola.
This is what I'm saying. So they might carry that as well. That's not a nice pressure to have. Yeah. Because I said it on the Big Six. Pep is bigger than Manchester City. Do you know what I mean? He is. He's bigger than Man City. So when you have such a huge figure and everyone's talking about him, it could trickle down as well, because how can you, some of the crumbles that they've had in the Champions League, bro, for a club of that quality, how is that possible? And they compare it to, you get a lot of fans that say, well, Chelsea took this long, but instantly when Chelsea got the money, semi-final, that was the ghost goal that knocked them out. They were competing straight away against Ronaldinho's Barcelona and all this. Like, they were doing things where you're just like,
they've got a record for the most semi-finals.
Yeah, they were doing something where you're like, wow, okay, they've arrived. City, it never felt like they've arrived. It's always felt like
it's like PSG.
You're making,
you know what I mean?
You're making a really good point. But do you know what it stems? The one side of the argument you're saying is right. But for me, I think it just stands to the European caliber of the actual club. One thing about Madrid is whether they've got good squad, bad squad, that is Champions League heritage. And they believe at any moment, if they're playing in this tournament, it's theirs. Hence why they can turn around these ties over and over again. And hence why it always happens at the Santiago, because it's like, you already know what time it is. You're in here for one night and one night only.
Casemiro, we're chuckling at
exactly.
47 minutes.
They're not ready for the show. Whereas with City, as much as they're trying to become a European powerhouse and they've done stuff domestically, going back to the quote you mentioned earlier, Liverpool have only won one Premier League in 30 years. Liverpool have won loads of Champions Leagues in those years. You've won none. So they've got European caliber. You don't. I think that plays a massive part. And the same thing with Chelsea, because even with Chelsea, before we started winning, like before we won the Champions League and everything, like you said, we were always present. If it was Cup Winners' Cup, no matter what happens, there's a European caliber that we know that we can go abroad, play these teams and present ourselves. And it goes to, we're gonna have shout court later. It goes to when I was talking about, if City had won that Champions League against us, that would have enabled them to say they've had a successful takeover. And I said, if, I remember it was if
You
because
went
for
and
them,
checked the tapes.
I went to go and check because I was like, hold on, there was someone me to call because at that time,
You're sitting
He
there
has to
like,
review that
I'm
himself,
coming.
innit?
Yeah.
Man VAR himself.
what's it in the States when you get hit with the, you know when they give you the paperwork? What's it called? Yeah, subpoena. Yeah. I was like, shit. So because at that time for them, it would have been a thing where they would have been the newest club to the Champions League. They would have come back this season being like, listen, it's our tournament. You lose the final when you were the best team in Europe. This happens. I think it's a mixture of what you're saying and just not having European pedigree. That's
Yeah, no,
really frustrating.
100%, because you talk about, well, now maybe not so much because they've fallen off, but you talk about Old Trafford under like San Siro, Camp Nou, Anfield, Bernabeu. You don't say Etihad. Do you know what I mean? You don't say that. It's the facts. You know what I mean? And that is what Liverpool carry. Liverpool know, fam. Come to Anfield on a streaky night. It's long for you.
Barca 3-0.
This is what I'm saying. They said come
see
Anfield.
us.
Salah said never give up. They said you hold 4. Do you know what I mean? Literally, they said hold 4. Like that shit only happens at these serious heritage clubs, bro.
Yeah.
It's honestly, yeah.
Do you wanna go
Obviously,
say-
we're not players, but fam, in this we can watch from TV. We feel sometimes like the fans are sucking the ball into the net, bro. Do you know what I mean? It genuinely
Rangers.
feels like that. So I feel like the players feel like that.
That's what I was going to ask. So can I make a point? Do you feel like it's not the players who got the inferiority complex? Do you think it's the fans? Because like at Chelsea, he's a Chelsea fan. He's got the confidence of when we in the Champions League, we can do something. Like Liverpool, they have that confidence. Do you think it's because they've seen their team win? So the atmosphere comes from not it's the players, it's the fans that bring that atmosphere where City don't have it.
Yeah,
You think
100%.
that's
100%. I said
missing?
that to Steve. Big Steve, like shout him out. But he said, like, you know, when that first goal went in, everyone was like, ooh. Not
Rather
again.
than get
Do you know what I
rally
mean?
up
Not
and-
again. If that was Liverpool and that goal went in, they would have been like,
Come.
bro, they would have thrown that one. You never walk alone.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden they're holding the ball in the corner full time. Bye.
Trent going,
Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Yeah, I do think that the fans can radiate nerves onto the pitch as well.
But
100%.
That always goes back to the conversation that always happens about City about their fans. I know it's one of those sort of fickle conversations, but everyone always says, oh, the stadium's not full, this and that. But what I want to talk about is, you know, when we were talking about the stadiums and everything, I remember when the pictures came out of when the Chelsea, because that was the first time we played them at the Santiago and everything, the players are walking out and everyone's looking up like, oh my God, I'm actually here.
Yeah.
That plays a massive part as well, you know, whether you like it or not.
Grealish is just used to Coventry away in that, bro. You know what I mean?
MK Dons.
Yeah, this is new territory for us.
This is big and serious stuff because growing up, like you didn't see, I know it sounds harsh, but you didn't see the Etihad and think, oh my gosh, that is a footballing arena. You grew up and you saw these like Santiago, San Siro. How many players have scored at OT and done the maddest celebrations? Like, I've done it.
Yeah.
I've completed
They get
life.
the Instagram
it
post
plays
out.
a massive thing where you're there and you're like, hold on, oh my God, I'm actually in the belly of the beast. Can I actually perform? So
Bro, look at that. Look at before we wrap up in City, but look at like when R9 scored at Old Trafford. Bro, it's like he won the Champions League that night. Yeah, I mean, it was like, fuck, a man has scored a hat trick at Old Trafford. Like, this is
unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, this is unseen, and that is the
now.
mythical kind of creation that it builds at these type of grounds, man. So yeah, man,
People
they
are
need
gonna
to
say
build their heritage.
nostalgia merchants, but you can't take history out of football. I
Yeah.
think that's the
Facts.
reality. You can't
Facts.
take history out of
And you
football.
can't buy history. That's the important thing as well.
1
And
billion in
Madrid
5
show that.
years.
Listen, listen, that one club as well with Ted Bowley. We come.
Like, even another thing is, even when Chelsea won the Champions League, it wasn't even in the like peak of their pumping.
Just after their
of
peak to
money,
almost
you know what I'm
crown
saying?
that team. To be
Yeah.
like, hey, well done, lads.
That was a last dance thing.
Yeah.
It's a shame Ballack weren't involved in that, man.
Real
Yeah.
talk.
I always said he should have got an honorary medal.
Arsenal got a big
But
one.
you know what? Let's go into shout court because we've not done one in a while.
Let's hate it. We gotta hate at Arsenal, bro. We gotta hate at Arsenal.
No, we're gonna go back into.
Okay, I
we're
was
gonna
gonna
go
say
back into
4 wins
domestic.
in a row, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna go back into domestic
what I mean?
ball.
Yeah,
But
'cause of you lot.
whilst we're on European balls,
Bozos.
and obviously Ancelotti, you know, has done stuff, you know, see and everything. It's best we go into shout court now because it's a lot of.
Okay.
So would you like to present?
Oh yeah,
production?
congratulations Liverpool to get into the final as well. Anyway,
Yeah, video.
Oh,
Production. Can you present the
Villarreal.
the court with
Really?
the?
Nah, I just want to see who lies, innit?
What are we doing? Are we in court?
doing
It's
shout
court
court,
session.
See who's a
Court's
liar.
in session.
I just wanna see who's a liar in this
What is
room.
the case?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
There's cases on everyone right now.
Oh wow.
Rico's.
Okay.
But
Hella Rico's.
some people have got wiretaps.
Yeah, boy.
Ooh.
Yeah. So what's the
got
first?
tapes.
This is the first shout.
Who's first
We
to
got
stand?
the
Who's
first
to
shout.
stand?
I think we to bring to the cases. I'll start with Mr. My boy over here. You know what I mean? Because I told you, you're gonna have to just say this on stoppage time for me. I need you to clarify because I have you in high definition, 4K
1080p.
clarity of you saying
Don't go and lie.
Ruben Diaz is better than Van Dijk.
When was this time stamped?
This was 3 days ago, mate.
On which episode?
I've got the voice recording right here.
Okay, so let me clarify, yeah?
Wait.
Where the voice not actually?
Wait.
Let's hear it.
All right.
So the defense
The jury
would
are
like to present and submit.
I didn't even get to put in my plea. I didn't even get to put in my plea yet.
Hold on, I need to bring
can't
this.
plea.
This is that.
He doesn't even know what the case is.
This is that Johnny
Guilty.
Depp. This is that Johnny Depp situation.
Oh wow.
And bring this.
Hey.
Hey, you might have to put like a few moments later bit just.
A few moments later. Come on, man. What's the
Amber
technical
Heard
difficulties?
hype, man. Look. Listen, this is you just the other day. Yeah?
Can you confirm for the jury, the person?
Hold on.
And do you still think that he is, I need it on record, do you still think Ruben Diaz is better than Virgil van Dijk? Oh, what, right now? Is he better than Virgil van Dijk? I still believe that. That I don't change.
Yeah.
All right. That's all.
change.
Do you think Ruben Diaz... Listen, you have the opportunity to take it back.
Listen,
Do
my
you think
brother.
Ruben Diaz is better than Van Dijk? Right now.
In totality.
No, it's
Or are you
Ruben...
saying right now?
No. Because you said right now on here.
We're trying to be specific.
You said, well, right here. Is
we talking about?
Ruben
Are we
Diaz
talking about
better than
ability,
Van
or are we
Dijk?
talking about right now?
Hey, production.
Are we talking ability?
Hey, listen.
Man
The
said-
court is on.
Man said, Your Honor, I'm sorry
Questions.
for the
Alright, I'm
things
asking-
I've done.
Important to the
Wait,
case.
I'm just asking.
I'm asking questions important to the case.
All right, let me ask. We are talking right now, and you can talk about ability, whatever you want. You here said right now, Ruben Diaz is better than Virgil van Dijk. Do you stand by that?
I'll put them neck and neck.
No.
I'll say that.
Do you stand by Ruben Diaz is better than Van Dijk?
After midweek, no. Hey, listen.
Hey, you're
do
guilty.
you know why?
Yeah,
I'm
you're
doing
guilty,
this? Listen,
bro.
Open and
big
close
moments,
case, Johnson.
Yeah? I'm sorry, listen.
Man said.
Hear this. The reason why I knocked Diaz here is big moments, big players are judged on. It was this time last year. Do you remember the semi-final after it finished? That's when I said, yo, this season, Ruben Diaz is the best defender in the world. That was last season, I'm saying. It's the best defender because of what he did in the Champions League, the difference he made in the league. This season, I'm sorry, when you cost your team in the Champions League, brother, that's a big moment. We have to look at that, bro. There's tax on that. Same thing with Marquinhos last round. There was tax on him, brother. VVD as well, what I'll give him. Second half of the season, the levels have gone up. The fitness is back, but I ain't giving him the crown back just yet. When he bucks Big Karim in Paris, we'll see. We'll see where your crown lays then.
Didn't Diaz cost City last year in the Champions League final? When he let Kai Havertz running behind him, like
Kai Havertz, where was John Stones on an island, bro?
Stones and Chenko.
Come on,
There was a
man.
lot of messiness there.
You see, because I know you like how much you like hate Ruben Diaz.
Nah,
and
I
you lot-
wouldn't get- there was a lot of messiness.
I just asked the question.
Yeah, there was a lot
For
of
me,
messiness.
still one of the best defenders in the world.
Yeah, no, but you clarify he's not better than Van Dijk.
I wouldn't say better. Okay, maybe not right now.
He's
I
not the
wouldn't
best
say.
defender in the world.
So that's-
No. Right now, that title's still up for grabs. We'll see after the
enough.
final.
Okay, that's one case sorted.
Fair enough.
What's the
fair
next?
enough.
What's the next case? Can you present the next case to the people?
I want to hear everyone here's individual thoughts on Karim Benzema, because someone here said some very foul stuff about Benzema 2 years ago.
It better not be me because I love Benzema, bro. I can't diss Benzema, bro. That's all I know. I don't know.
Who would it have been? It would have probably been me.
Because I remember arguing with you about
I wasn't
Kane and
always the biggest
Benzema.
Benzema fan,
it was-
100%.
I think if I remember correctly, it was a Lewandowski Suarez Benzema thing.
Yeah.
And someone slighted Benzema saying that it was either he was bit part or if he was really about it, why hasn't he been doing it for season? I think that was what it was.
It would have probably been me.
And someone said Kane was better as well, just to clarify.
That would have definitely been me.
That'd have been you.
And bruv, I've always said that. Like post Ronaldo Benzema is where I've gained a respect for him. Because for me, I was like,
moving
I wasn't
like
always
Michael
saying
Richards.
I wasn't saying he was a bit part player in that sense,
thought
but I always
Michael,
felt like
from
he
the
could have
show.
done more throughout them years. And there was 1 or 2 dry spell years. The early years when he was there, he was battling with Higuain for the spot. Let's not act like he's been spotless his whole Madrid career. These last couple of years for me have elevated him. He's come back to France. This year's Ballon d'Or run, let's be honest. This is what's made me put Benzema now at that level. Prior, I never had him at them upper echelons that we put Lewandowski, Suarez, and them. I had maybe just a tier below, I would have said.
Just to clarify, these comments were made in the post-Ronaldo era.
What was this post Ronaldo?
By the person...
Hey! Can we get a stamp? What's the
Was it in the post Ronaldo era? Yep.
Damn! You got me now! You figured me out! You caught me red-handed! I'm dead.
Hey,
What was this?
The thing is, yeah, the thing is,
sorry, bro. You know them
have you got a clip?
You know them civil defense. You know them civil defense lawyers that from the police
the
station.
thing is though, in football, the thing is in football.
Listen, when new
things happen,
information is
innit?
presented to you, you can change your
Why are
opinion.
people defending themselves?
Yeah,
I'm
things
just
happen.
saying.
Yeah,
I know.
you don't
I'm
even know who
saying
it is.
it would
You
have
don't even know who it
probably
is.
been me.
He's guilty. He's guilty.
I know what I say. I didn't always rate Benzema at that level. I'm saying so. It would have probably been me. But I'm curious. Go
It
on.
was 2 people. And the person who said the worst comment was Mace.
What did I say?
Mace said, was talking about who's better. Mace said, Benzema. Benzema's done out.
Did I say that? Hey, I must have been thrust that episode.
See me? I appreciate ballers.
Nah.
Me and you are
comedic
He's
value.
always been Benzema. Yeah, nah, I can't lie. Cam's
I
always been
probably said that for comedic value.
That's it. Nah, have you got the clip though?
Nah, I think it's I think it's about on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
But you know what? Yeah, for me, look, Benzema's doing his thing. I've always spoken about Benzema. I like
Has
Benzema.
your levels of respect not gone up for him over these past 3-4 years?
Yeah, no, definitely, because I said the thing I always said is that strikers score goals. I said in the slogan, strikers score goals. That's their bread and butter. Every striker in history we've seen has scored goals. Raul, Van Nistelrooy, everyone scores goals. So what separates you? You know what I mean? Is what I've always said. So like when you got like the Benzemas, the Rooneys, these guys that do like multiple things, Henry, R9, the way when you're watching them, you're like, wow, they do different things. They drift off to the left. They do all this madness. It's why I've always rated Benzema and obviously Suarez as well. It's why I've rated them guys above others. You know what I'm trying to say? And so he was always that guy. And yes, Ronaldo's getting all the credit and stuff, but he'll always be that guy. And yes, he had that poor 2017 that everyone talks about. We all know that was poor. He was on that crossroads at that point. But now, yes, my respect for him has gone up because when Ronaldo left, everyone was thinking, okay, transition period, done out here. Who they're going to get? What's going on? Who's going to be the next hero? It's going to be Mbappe. It's going to be someone. And Hazard, exactly. And then he's come through and he's just like, look, this is me. Captain. Bro, Real Madrid have had great captains, Raul, Casillas, Ramos, and he has now taken that and he's in that list. Oh, I think Marcelo is the club captain, but he is in that list of great Real Madrid captains now. So yeah, my respect has 100% gone off because now he's just like, I'm going to do what everyone,
Like
all these other strikers used to do and just bang goals.
Prior
And
to
he's
that,
showing
though,
that he can do it better than
would you have put him
most
at
of
that
them.
levels prior to this kind of last stretch 3-4 years?
All I know is in 2020,
I don't think people would have had him in that upper echelon.
no, but in all honesty, in 2020, I got a tweet there. In 2020, everyone talking about who's the best strikers of the generation. I said Suarez 1, Benzema 2, whoever wants to fight for 3 can fight for 3. So I've had him there personally.
Yeah.
Bro. I've had
The
him.
one thing I'll say, I remember.
I think now it's almost like cool to like Benzema, but I think
because of the drip videos and that.
I think a lot of people would have said the same thing. Where prior to Ronaldo leaving, I don't think they would have had him in that.
Nah, I hear that.
But one thing we've always said here, and because I remember it was old studios, was we always used to say, if you can be a Real Madrid player for that amount of time, you must be
10 years
quality.
plus,
Even though we said that, there was bad season and everything, we always said that to be at that level, a Galactico for that long,
and not become a club.
he's
villain.
never been a bystander. He's always been in.
And the
I know
thing
you said
is,
that he's
like,
bad in Higuain, but he's always
people,
been
people
Listen,
say,
Jose,
they try
trust
to.
me, Jose was trying to rub him out. Trust me.
Yeah.
Go back, watch the
but
tapes.
it couldn't work. It couldn't run.
Yeah, they got Jose out.
Yeah, people were trying to say, but Real Madrid went in for this Aubameyang one time, or they went in for Lewandowski. But like, listen, Real Madrid are the greatest team on the planet. They're gonna be interested in the best strikers in the world. But at the end of the day, do people think that Real Madrid didn't get these guys because they were unable to? They didn't get these guys because they probably didn't want to push for it in the end because they had someone like Benzema. Because really and truly, you think Real Madrid couldn't have just said, Aguero, come here. Suarez, when he was before Barcelona, come here. Whoever, come here. They could have done that to any striker in the world. They didn't. And people are trying to say, oh, but they were interested in this guy. But Real Madrid get who they want all the time. So
this is a very good segue to, I think, one of the next cases that's been flagged up.
I don't even know which one it is.
This has been sent in. This is a listener case that's been sent in.
It's better not be another case on me, bro.
Carlo
this is the trial.
What's going on here, bro? Carlo Ancelotti.
Ancelotti.
Grand Slam in Europe complete. Grand Slam in Europe complete. Going for, to win the Champions League.
Yeah. That's great.
2 with Milan.
There was allegations by a stoppage time member that he was rubbed out and finished, and we should forget about him. That's what the audience have told me.
Look, let's be honest.
He already knows.
Because I don't have Ancelotti. Like, you see,
They call me crazy when I do it.
No, I know. Because do you know what though? Let's be real. Ancelotti, yeah. First and foremost, I said to you that 5.
Do you take it back?
No, I don't take it. Okay, no. You can't say he's done out if you're in Champions League final. He's not done out here. I take that back. Not done out here. But I still don't think like he's like, I don't have him as this like top in the top 2, top 3. Because if he is, if what he's doing right now at Real Madrid, why isn't anyone saying that he's on the level of Pep and Klopp's? Because he's winning leagues, he might win the Champions League. Why are people not saying that? Because he's not. For me, he's not on that level. He's not on that level.
He's not a tactician for me. That's why I think them two are seen more as tacticians. I think he's more seen as a coach, a man manager, if you like.
Yeah.
That's why he's not helping.
Can I ask a very quick question? That would you say that based on that piece of information you're saying, is there a mold where would you put Zidane in that as well?
Yeah.
These guys that they come in, galvanize the changing room. Listen, go out there, be yourselves, express yourselves. Some people might throw Ole in that.
Please.
But yeah, there is a difference where you've got man that are tacticians, you've got man that are very great people that you can just get that your teams will die for you. And that's why for it, it's really weird. Jose, in a way, at some point in his career, he mixed into both.
Yeah,
where was it the last when he left Madrid, and he's like he just got those guys they were ready to die for him. The siege mentality. Inter, yeah, it wasn't
Roma
heavy
right
on
now.
Tactics.
Roma right now.
Yeah, to be fair, it's not heavy on tactics.
But the thing is, Ancelotti, no one can dispute. Is he a great manager? He's an all-time great manager. He's been managing, I think, since the early 90s or even maybe
late 90s.
80s,
I think it is.
something.
Juve his first job.
So to have that
crazy.
kind of longevity and still be a relevant manager in this game, all-time great, 100%. But I just think even when you look at his accolades, you look at what he's doing currently, you just don't have him sitting with the Fergies, the Peps. You just don't.
It wasn't
Jose,
a case
you just
against.
don't. There's a reason for that.
still have
There's a
Pochettino above
reason
him?
for that. Oh, please.
No. The case that had against you.
That was the root
it was
cause of
Sarri.
the case.
It was Sarri.
No. But wait.
It was Sarri.
Oh,
You said that if Sarri had the same thing, Sarri would do more. That was
thing where.
Nah, this guy
Same
was.
thing
This
where?
guy was
yeah.
smoking
It was the
cigarettes.
Sarri Juventus. That was where the case was from.
Tuchel still hasn't surpassed Sarri's point tally. So mind how you speak on Sarri's name.
Wait, how did we get
Mind
here? How did we get here?
How did we get how you speak on Sarri's name?
How did we
Just
get
man.
Hey, inside.
Wait, hold on.
Bro, mind how you speak on Sarri's name. You be careful right there, because I'll bring shit up. You know what I'm saying? Mind how you speak on him, man. But hey, we've only got a couple minutes left, actually. I'm done. I'm done. I don't know if I got a sentence there, but
No.
you know what I'm saying? My attorneys are doing my
Any
job,
other
man.
shouts? Any other shouts?
I can't. Those are the ones that came in. We'll do another.
They
We'll do
don't wanna
another
do the
shout
good
call.
ones, boy.
No, we'll do another shout. We'll do a good shout when we announce what's coming this week. We announce that we're gonna have a formal
End
shout
of the
call as well.
season, we need to let the people have their shouts as well that they remember.
Oh boy,
Good and bad.
yeah, drop it. Yeah,
drop it in the
drop
comments.
it.
Let us know what shouts you remember that were mad.
Actually, no.
And you want
if
to
we
spin
tell
the
them
block
to-
on.
yeah.
Mo Salah,
Good and
whatever
bad.
it is.
Good and bad.
Yeah,
good and
yeah,
bad.
for real.
All these people.
And
Yeah,
if
we'll
possible,
talk soon.
tell us what episode as well. so we can make it proper. Maybe do a little production. You show a little
Or one of them
clip.
highlight reels.
Yeah,
in the season things. Hey, yo, you know what?
So yeah, let us know. Champs and duds. But before we go there, quickly going back to EPL, Arsenal had the blip again, going for it. They've won more games than Chelsea this season in the league.
1 point behind. 1 point behind Chelsea.
We're not gonna flump. We're not gonna fumble it.
1 point behind Chelsea.
We're not gonna fumble it, but it just shows you we're not gonna fumble it.
Bro, you guys can't win a game at the moment. You guys
We're not
can't.
gonna fumble it.
Winless
But
and how
it's
many?
just
funny.
Bro, you got
5. I think we haven't lost something stupid.
Y'all in free fall.
Arsenal.
It's not even free for man. Them are just in Dubai mentally. It's bad.
Nah, I think it's bigger than that, man.
You know tune still. You know
Come on,
music.
my brother.
You know music. You know music still.
21 games they won. They won 2 more games than thingy. It took 21 games to win. 21 wins got Man United second last season.
Seriously?
Obviously, draws would have been a bit more and stuff, but 21 wins got Man United second last season. Arsenal are 4th at the moment.
How many draws?
11
have we got,
losses,
Arsenal?
3 draws. They got too many losses.
Yeah.
That's the
Bounce
thing.
back, FC.
But bro, you gotta give them massive credit. Arteta just signed a new deal this week, and it's split the opinion. Some people are saying should he have got it? Some people are saying the timing. What if he doesn't get top 4 anyway? Which I understand, but I've said on here, like after the criticism of him when we writ him off and said he's done out here, I said, look, I actually think he's doing a good job, bro. I actually think he's doing a good job. And yes, some Arsenal fans might not see it, but I think he's doing a good job in terms of what a rebuild should be. Now, whether he's the manager to take them to win the Premier League, to win the Champions League, who knows? I doubt that.
It's a
yeah,
good phase,
but
though.
for what you want in a rebuild, he's
The
doing.
bridge.
It's a good phase,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
it's a
doing
good
the
phase.
job, bro. 4
good
wins in
phase.
a row in all tough games. Okay, Leeds were not probably tough. They Mesley are job man.
I was gonna say
But-
USA, but it's not USA.
Yeah,
Leeds.
But I remembered something we stopped.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was about to go to that the same
Yeah.
We was talking around and there was a player's name. I said, mad.
Right,
But,
yeah,
bro,
but
from
but
what you're
honestly,
saying-
bro, like Arsenal are moving at the moment. They're moving and they're doing it. Let's be honest, they're doing it with players that you wouldn't expect to be in these positions. You know what I'm trying to say? But you got to big up Eddie Nketiah as well. After he done that pod with them with
contract?
TBG, he's talked his shit
And
and he's
delivered.
backing it up at the moment. In this run,
Romelu,
when they've been on
pay
top
attention.
form, he has actually been a key part of that. And you got to give massive credit, bro. That is how all these people that talk about, I want to play, this is how
That's
you
how you
take
carry
your
it.
opportunities. And I know people are going to say, well, he's only got 4 Premier League goals, but his minutes, as he said, he's
not
barely had
bad,
any
yeah.
minutes like that. So you got to give credit. And I think Arteta's doing a good job and deserves his
So
deserves
just a
his
quick one.
contract, personally.
On Arteta thing, I think, in my personal opinion, I think people are angry because people are Arsenal are kind of looking at football like old football. You know, back in the day, your manager, you'd go through trials and tribulations. Your manager, new football, you just sat there.
Yeah.
Arsenal are actually running like how football used to be, where it's like, you know what? Let's not make any hasty decisions. Let's have some patience.
I think because
And they're rewarding it.
Emery, innit?
Yeah, exactly. What the fans were angry because the fans now are saying, "Oh, Emery got to Champions League semi-final. We should have kept him this and that." Arteta's nearly about to get you fourth. Like, you can't have your cake and eat. Like, there's got to be balance. There's got to be balance somewhere. So I respect that they're actually trying to run the football club in the right way. They're getting the young players in. They're trying to, the whole Aubameyang thing. You know what? Listen, it's better for both of us if we go our separate ways. They're trying to run things properly. I can't be mad at that. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's funny to ban at Arsenal the occasional when they lose 3 in a row and everything. Yeah, but they're a transitional club.
But
If they get top
but
4
Chelsea, don't let them finish
I was
ahead of
gonna
you,
say,
though.
No,
bruv,
there's not- if
you
ain't
mad
listen.
at that, you'll be mad at when they finish above
Right.
you, bro.
If they finish ahead of you, look,
I was
we're
talking
gonna
to-
have serious
Oh, we have
discussions
to
about
split
your
it up.
football
That's
club.
Because I was
back-to-back
talking-
seasons you would have tailed away to
was-
fourth.
I was talking to production and what I was saying to him was,
We are watching.
As
one
champions.
season, it's kind of like, okay, cool. But you have to look at things in when there's trends. And the trend is, for the last 5 years, we keep falling off. The last 2 seasons, we struggled over the line to fourth.
Yeah.
That is a serious mentality or so. There's something wrong there. You can't, I know people are going to say, yeah, the boys are ready to go on holiday and everything. I get that. There's still a cup final that people should be proving that they want to be fit for. And this is your job. Turn up to your job. For me, it's a bit worrying. And don't get me wrong. I know there's injuries. I know there's this. I know there's that. I know that in the change room, you've got players that already said, I'm leaving. which may not mean that they're not giving their all and
Leaves it
everything,
up
but
in the air.
there's a level of professionalism that you expect from
Bruv,
Chelsea Football Club.
You sleepwalking all the way to that final. Don't do you no favors for the
No,
final.
100% not, because this is what happens all the time. I can't remember what game was it.
But it's been going on for a long time because I think you'll have only 3 Premier League wins in 2022.
It's not good. It's
That was
not
a
good.
fake stat.
Was that a fake stat?
No, but in general,
How
our
many-
forms
how
are
many
The
good.
games
one
have
you
you won
getting
in
done like when
2022?
Stephen A got ball sack sports done him, and he got sacked. He got sacked. I don't want you going out like that. I don't want you going out like that.
Right, our form,
Ball sack sports.
our form is.
He saw that sauce and still ran with it.
He didn't know. He didn't know. He was like, I heard the reason why James Harden is up out of there is because he had a 1v1 with Kyrie Irving. He called him washed. He called him washed. That's what reports are saying. Bro, it was Ball Sack Sports that wrote it, bro.
Why? Nah, Stephen A.
That's
Nah,
terrible.
they nearly
But
done
why
me.
did
They
he
nearly
put
done
extra
me.
sauce in it though? My man.
Bro, that's terrible.
But I don't think you lot
gotta
would've
do
won
your
more
due
than 5.
diligence, bro.
No, even
Bruv,
even
I barely seen you lot win the
taking the
Premier
results
League
and not
this
results.
year.
The way we're playing is piss poor. The
mood
and
in
then
camp.
it's worse. No, forget about the camp. When you're playing the way you're playing is piss poor, and then the results are piss poor. It's like, okay, now we're angry because if you're playing piss poor and getting results, it's like, okay, cool.
Listen,
It's just a bit,
You all
man.
had the
attacked
first
me
goal
about
as
my
well.
two-core opinion.
So listen,
Can't
as I
carry
say,
this on next season. I'm telling you, he'll be out.
My
the
whole
door.
thing is 2 things can coexist. Do what needs to be done. New owners coming in and whatnot. Okay, cool. We see what happens. I'm happy that whole saga's over. By the way, I'm actually happy because that whole saga was just so dumb. Because that, oh my gosh, we're gonna get relegated. Oh my god, this and that, this and that. I was actually scared, you know. I was thinking,
really
wow, I have to become a Charlton fan, but at least it's sorted. Next season, we see what happens. I think a lot of
Are you
the.
hopeful for big spend in the summer?
I think when you look at who that Bowley is and everything, you look at what they stand for and everything. I think you expect a marquee signing to some state of intent. But in this market, who's a marquee signing for Chelsea? That's the difficult thing. And Chelsea's recruitment of trying to sign
Sorry,
players
your
is always
last
been a bit
marquee
dodgy.
one went in as well.
But yeah, listen. But look, Romelu got 2 goals, so you know.
Hey man, when it don't matter.
Top goal scorer.
Champ and duds. Listen, he said he's gonna say I need
back to that
he's gonna need more
competition
pieces.
as well,
I need more
end of the
pieces.
season.
Huh?
I need
Top
more
goal
pieces.
scorer, boy.
I need more pieces. Let's do champ and duds. We've got a few minutes left. I've got a few random champs. Bristol Rovers. I hate to do this because Joey Barton's a knob, but Bristol Rovers. have to
May's
get a champ.
back, baby.
Listen, no. Let me explain where. Imagine, to get promoted, they had to win 7-0 to get promoted.
Yeah.
And they won 7-0.
Oh, did they?
They
Fixed.
won 7-0.
Simple.
The
Nah,
game must have been
That's
fixed.
funky. That's
But they
funky
still done it.
I
Do you
don't
know how
about the
fixed?
champery there?
Even if even if something is fixed, they still carry it out.
a fix.
7-0.
You better not get
Last
busted.
game-
That's what I'm saying.
Well, like you today. So I had that. What else did I have? Champs. You know what? Lampard's restoring something. I can't. Lampard and Pickford. I can't lie. Lampard and Pickford. I can't lie.
Everton out of here, man.
Lampard and Pickford. I can't lie. They're
Doing
trying.
his thing still.
They're trying. So I've got
you know-
them. I've got them. Chelsea's women as well. 3 consecutive leagues.
Women hype.
Got
Mocking
them
the knee
as
slides.
Sam Kerr.
I saw that.
Yeah. So I've
Drew
got
Spence leaving the club.
that. With a
Rangers.
trophy. Yeah. Rangers. That's a
of
very
course.
good one. Yeah.
Of course, that was gonna be my chance. Yeah, Rangers.
Tavernier,
Innit?
bro.
Can
What a
we-
career.
Say his name again. Who had to say his name?
Tavernier.
How do you say it? Must say it's Trevor.
Tavernier.
Taving.
Hey, I said Tavernier is kind of hard, you know. He said, who? I said, what? And how you say his name? I said, so I've been saying it for years. No one's checked me.
We ain't spoke about that on the pod. Let me tell you that. We ain't spoke about it. Yeah. No, I mean,
Oh, man.
you ain't said that on the pod. That's
So
Bro, that's
funny.
what I'm saying. We ain't talking about Scottish football.
yeah. Nah, definitely.
Have you got any champs?
Yeah, no, well, it was Rangers. I only got also to give a quick one to Raheem Sterling. Became the highest scorer for Manchester City under Pep Guardiola, which is massive. Pep gave him a shout out as well, said his statistics. It's been a dream to work with him. Of course, he's not happy because he's not playing, but that's what players do. And bro, we've spoken about Sterling many times on this show, but fam, sometimes I still sit back and just look at it and like, this brother is living every young black boy's from London's dream, bro. The guy has, bro, every Londoner wanted to be a black Londoner wanted to be a footballer at one point. This brother is doing it, winning Premier. This is about to be his 4th Premier League. under Pep, arguably the greatest coach ever, highest scorer for that manager. You are now forever going to be attached to that manager. Bro, living the dream, bro. Honestly, I can't speak highly of that, man.
As we once said as well, when it's all said and done, he will go down as one of the best British players.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't take that away from him. I know people are going to be, oh my God. Blah, blah, blah. No, when you break it down, he's going to be one of the best British players.
Bro, like we talk about
World Cup, yeah.
Exactly.
Like, you know, you talk about, like, people talk about tap-ins and all this stuff, but you watch City.
It's intelligence to score
you watch
tap-in,
City,
bro.
he's always there. And you know what's funny? You take away Sterling, when you watch City without Sterling, you actually realize no one's there. You realize that when the ball is across the box, no one's there. No one's at the back post. No one's in these areas. Like where he was for Cancelo's header today, I'm telling you now, Mahrez, Grealish, Foden, whoever, they would not have been there, bro. He just sniffs it, bro. He sniffs it. So I gotta give him credit, bro.
That's a good champ. You got any champs?
Yeah, bruv. Another season, another final. Jose way. I have to, bro. Listen,
The tears,
brother.
I don't know. I kind of, I'm
Do you know what it
50-50
is?
with it. I like it. I don't like it.
Roma's first European final since 1991, and he's the first manager to get to every UEFA final in any competition. I'm like, brother, we gotta respect this man for who he is and the greatness.
But you know,
He
some
wins
managers
that-
will never be able to get
I
that
hope he don't
opportunity
get
because
sacked.
They're too good.
For me, huh?
Like, for example, Pep will never get that record because he'll never
Of
be in the
course not.
Conference
Of course
League or
not.
Europa
But listen, that's because he's not humble enough to step down.
Humble. He doesn't get sacked every job. Nah, I love Jose. I love Jose.
He's making the best of a bad situation, bro.
was a
That's
good
how
PR
I
move.
see
Facts.
it. And I'm like, listen, if he wins that, and the team that sacked him was in that tournament, another final, boy. Let's just hope he don't get sacked before this one.
Yeah, facts, bruv. That's the
one.
facts. He's been, you know, another thing with that, he has taken every club he's been with, he has been to a final. And I think, quote me, I'm not too sure, but I think in every single season, every club he has been at in his first season, he has taken them to a final. He did it with Man United,
Chelsea.
Real Madrid,
Inter.
Spurs.
again.
He got to the League Cup
Spurs.
final, got sacked.
United, he got
Inter.
Porto.
Did
I think he went with his first team.
Oh no, sorry,
Was
since
it
Porto,
Leira?
because he did one season with Benfica as well, or something like that, some random thing.
Since
so,
Porto, basically.
Yeah, since Porto. That's a mad record. That means as
Legend
soon
in
as
the
he
game,
comes,
bro.
he puts you in the position to win trophies.
Greatness.
Madness.
Greatness only.
Duds.
Madness.
Um,
Please, let
Geronimo.
me lead the way. The Duds are Manchester United. The Duds are Manchester United, bro. I don't know who you were about to say. The Duds are Manchester United as a football club, as an institution, as a company, as a stock market,
PLP.
As a staff, record label, and as a motherfucking coup.
wherever they are, bro.
United, the fuck you too.
Bro, wherever they are in the stock market. Literally, bro. Now, honestly, that club, those players, it's funny because Man United played, I think, the most games in the season. Man United got one more game till it's over. It is officially the worst season in Manchester United history. Well,
Is it
Premier League history. Most goals they've ever conceded in a Premier League season. I think it's going to be the lowest point tally ever. Yep. So there's no bigger dud. Like, this could be dud. This is the dud of the season. This is the dud of a lifetime, bro. In all honesty, this is the dud in my life. This is the worst in my lifetime. You know what I'm trying to say? Honestly,
30 years.
those players, every player that's at that club, bro, I've said it. If Ten Hag comes in and says, I don't want you, no fan should complain. There's not one player. You can say, Ronaldo has done a bit of respect on his name and whatever, but there's no player that if Ten Hag comes in and says, I don't want you, a fan should kick up a fuss. Because not one player this season has done themselves, okay, maybe Ronaldo, but many players haven't done themselves credit. No, De Gea, I don't care. You just conceded 56 goals in the league. I'm not giving you no credit, bro. No credit. There's no player.
I need to ask a question.
There's no player that can walk away and say that their name has been lifted. Ronaldo's hasn't even been lifted. He's Cristiano Ronaldo. He's one of the GOATs. No player. So, boy, listen, that clear out, that exodus that's going to take place at Man United, adios, arrivederci, or whatever the word is.
That's it,
Goodbye.
Adichie.
Arrivederci.
You're funny.
Hey, that's the name of the episode. Arrivederci.
Man said
Goodbye,
for a
man.
douche. Man said for a douche, you know.
Hey, Johnny Guns and that.
I was gonna say who's your last game of the season against?
Palace away.
So there's a very good chance you could end the season with minus goal difference.
I think Palace is going to give them 3.
Jesus, because they're on 1. They're on they're
Plus
only 1
1
goal difference. So if they lose, they could end.
+1.
That's
+1. Ralph.
1.
Bruv. Everything. It's inexplainable. But I'll do videos on it on a season wrap up.
I wanted to give you dud, yeah, but understand you just get champ because it is this
Me?
guy.
Wait.
Yeah, they're so mad.
Fuck you said me
No, because this
You know,
guy,
I woke up and I
he's
heard
going
fuck Cam. What are you saying fuck me for?
This guy is going from show to show. Like you know when you're a rapper and you retire and you start doing club
Bare
appearances.
features.
Man's just going from club to club. Doing
Hey,
bare
catch-
features getting paid.
Catch me on the Breakfast Club soon, bro.
Meanwhile, he's saying fuck the
Hey.
club. I said fuck G Unit. He's
milking
going around. If he's G Unit, you're
Nah,
funny.
Oh, man.
Bruv, another dud of the year,
was gonna
bruv.
say
We have to
Watford.
give.
Oh,
I'm
well,
sorry.
dud of the week, but
No,
we do.
dud of the year, bruv. Geronimo Rulli, bruv. The way he threw away that Champions League tie, Villarreal goalkeeper. We ain't gonna ignore that, brother. You ain't getting away. Get your ass over here, boy. What? That
Yeah,
is
but he
one
must
of
have been
the
paid.
single-handedly most criminal performances I've ever seen, bruv. I said the
2
whole
lakhs.
city, 20,000, whatever they are, the stadium capacity, should be flogging him one by one. Brother, you single-handedly threw 3 balls into the net, essentially. Nah.
Bruv,
Dud. Absolute dud for me.
Even bro, like, look, I'm all with the whole modern goalkeeper stuff, but it's getting out of hand now,
outta
bro.
here, man.
Some of these keepers, relax. How many weeks on weeks we're now seeing keepers getting tackled into their net? What's going on, bro? We're seeing Stefan get tackled, Rui doing nonsense. What's my man's name? The Leeds keeper. I don't want to say it wrong. Who?
Why'd you look? You look at
Meslier. Bro, it's embarrassing, bro. Honestly, it's embarrassing. Huh? Mendy, bro, it's getting out of hand, man. Can keepers just get rid of the ball?
Ballon d'Or shouts.
Get rid of the ball when you need to, man.
Defenders as well, though.
Huh?
The attacking fullback thing went too far. There's no proper defending anymore.
Right, that is,
Yeah, nigga. It went too far.
how they go too
Bring
far?
back defending.
Bring
How
back
they
proper
go too
defending,
far,
man.
blood?
Bruv, man,
How
I
they
don't
go
know how
too
to
far?
defend these days, man.
I've got
Trent get dunked
Watford.
on back
I've
post.
got Watford as duds. They've been relegated.
Yo-yo
3 managers
club.
this season. Yo-yo club. They tried to keep all the African players and they're still going down anyway. So suck your mum. Yeah, Hudson as well. They made Hudson come.
That's character development. Bro,
This is a new name.
yeah, what the hell? That's character development. What the hell?
That's it.
Yo, man said
Nah.
Watford suck your
They got
mum.
this Dennis on lockdown. That's why.
I read the script wrong. So that wasn't my line.
We said it wasn't on that.
It wasn't on the teleprompter.
Hey.
No, they made Hudson come out of retirement for what? Now he's got relegation on his name for no reason.
He chose it.
He did still.
It's
So
been a few does. I don't know.
What you say his
There was
wife was
something else
sick
that
of being
had
at
him.
home.
Chelsea deserve a dud for everything, but they deserve a dud that the they had to send first team players to watch and encourage and actually play in the Premier League 2 game to make sure they didn't get relegated. That's dudry behavior. And then loanees that finished the season at League One. That listen, you just played today.
Did they get the result?
Shameless.
They got the result. Man. That's shameful.
That's shameful, man.
That is shameless.
That's shameful.
Youth status hype.
Bro, Czech probably would, but remember when he was going to come save Chelsea season last year? That was one of the funniest moments
That
of
was the
last
funniest
season.
episode
bro.
so far.
Man said he was going to come and save the season,
thing is,
bruv.
they
What,
leaked
and
it.
I was like, what,
It
you
was
coming
good.
back with the headgear or are you going to... I don't know. I don't know what he was going to do. Is it strengthened enough now?
Nah, that'll kill me,
I don't
man.
know, man.
Oh, fuck you know.
I don't know. There's been a few, man. There's been a few, but champs always also Real Madrid as well.
Bruv, I
come
almost
on.
forgot, yeah.
Real Madrid,
100%.
they gave everyone, they restored the feeling, bro. They restored the feeling this week, man. So,
And that run as well, man. They're cleansing football.
Will it be the best?
PSG. Oil money. Get out of here. Man City.
Man said state. Man said the
Chelsea.
original state.
Move.
Original state money
Brother.
is here.
The Los Blancos. Cleaning the shit up.
Original state.
Yep. Nah, big
Original
real.
state
I
money.
can't think of any
Heritage rises.
Is there any others?
Not that I can think of. We'll be back next week.
Let us know. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know
If
your
there's any
champs and dodge
champs
as
or
well,
dodge.
actually. But we'll be back next week. It's good to be back, boys.
Welcome back,
Another
Quad.
episode. We're out.
The real quad.
Wait. Make sure you like.
And share.
Algorithms.
Make sure you like. We should have said that at the very beginning. Make sure you like, comment. We need these comments up. As I said, you guys did well last week. Comment, like. You guys like, comment, real talk. And make sure you follow everyone's personals as well.
Make sure we got
That's
some
important.
good stuff coming. Actually,
Follow everyone's personals.
Before we go,
Over 18s
production
only.
said it. I said over 18s. There's some very special news dropping. So make sure your notifications are on our personals, on the stoppage time, and on 360. Because if you snooze, it's all over.
Don't cry, don't beg.
But out.